All right, guys. There has been a little bit of drama happening in the world of politics. You see, the left, and I don't mean the Democrat Party, I mean like left-wing voters, are trying to manufacture a falling out between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Now, you may be wondering, how is this, what is this? Like, what's going on? How? Now, if you know anything about Elon, and if you know anything about Donald, then you know that they both have massive, massive egos. Egos so large that one of the first things I think most of us probably thought when Trump announced that Elon would be part of his administration, basically, was that there is no way that their two egos can fit in Washington. Like, they're going to have some kind of fight or falling out. Elon's going to get ousted at some point. That's inevitable, right? Like, there's no way they can share power and continue to get along, and neither of them have enough humility to be able to continue working with someone that they don't like. When Elon could quit and shit talk Trump as retaliation, or Trump could fire Elon and shit talk him as retaliation if either of them pissed off the other, neither of them are going to want to turn the other cheek if the other pisses them off, or they feel like their ego has been bruised by the other's presence. I think we can all agree on that. Trump does not want his authority threatened, and Elon is not going to like the idea of playing second fiddle to Trump and not being the number one spot, right? You know, he's the richest man in the world. I imagine that not being president and just being the guy behind Trump is going to bother him. So people want to feed into this in hopes of creating a big, toxic falling out that would no doubt put a little bit of a speed bump in the way of Trump's administration and their goal of getting horrible things done, right? Now, the way that people are trying to do this is by calling Elon Musk President Elon and calling Donald Trump Vice President Trump. I know that this sounds simple, but it is just the start, and it's actually taken off. It was trending on Twitter for days. I think it still might be, and I think Trump has gotten so upset about it, he responded. Let me see if I can find it. Trump responds, Elon will never be president. It's actually getting to him, dude.
No, he's not taking the presidency. I like having smart people. You know, they're on a new kick. Russia, 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 Ukraine, 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 all the different hoaxes. And the new one is, President Trump has ceded the presidency to Elon Musk. No, that's not happening. But Elon's done an amazing job. Isn't it nice to have smart people that we can rely on? Right? Don't we want that? He's done a great job. But no, he's not going to be president, that I can tell you. And I'm safe. You know why? He can't be. He wasn't born in this country. But the fake news knows that. No, he's a great guy. No, he's not taking...
So, like, as you can see, it's not just some, like, wine mom, liberal, we're gonna win the Twitter battle or whatever meme. Trump is so bothered by it that he fumbled over his words here, responding to it. And did you notice one line stood out to me a lot? Him revisiting the idea that Elon Musk would depose Trump. And he comes back to it, and he says this. This is what really stands out to me.
Yeah. And I'm safe. You know why? He can't be. He wasn't born in this country.
I'm safe. You want to know why? He can't be president. He wasn't born in this country. It's like, really? Like, not only are you coming back to that part of the discussion to show it really does bother you and you feel the need to respond, but you're also, like, giving responses to it that sound like you're so nervous, like your ego is so bruised and you're so mad, like absolutely mad. It's working, guys. It is. It actually is working. In fact, I was recommended this video that came out 10 hours ago by Adam Mockler called Elon Bans MAGA Accounts and All Hell Breaks Loose. That's right, Elon Musk might have made, whether intentionally or not, a fatal mistake if he wants to keep relations with Donald Trump steady, especially so close to Trump's inauguration. How funny would it be if Trump and Elon had their bridge between them burnt before Trump even took office and Doge never ended up existing? That would genuinely be hysterical. Who knows? That might be how it ends up happening. But Elon's apparently banned some MAGA accounts, and as usual, this has led to a right-wing outcry. And these little things piling up, it might be what gets us to that long-awaited Elon and Donald Trump breakup.
MAGA civil war is getting juicy, and I want to bring you up to speed on what happened while we were sleeping because everything escalated a bit. So this started off as a feud between Elon Musk and his tech bro coalition saying that we do need high-skilled immigrants. We should allow H-1B visa workers.
Ooh, I forgot about that detail too. Elon Musk. You see, Elon Musk may be a right-wing demagogue, but he's also a billionaire in America. And with a lot of these right-wing pundits, there's a limit to how much they're willing to act on the ideology, and the limit is where it starts to affect their income. Now, a very common conservative talking point is that immigration hurts the economy. They say this in order to polarize working-class Americans into believing immigrants are the cause of their financial woes. The fact is, they aren't and never have been. In fact, immigrants are a vital resource for the U.S. economy. Vital. A lack of immigration will hurt the economy. There is no doubt about this among the consensus of economists, left and right-leaning. Even among MAGA economists, they say, yeah, Trump's economic policy is terrible, but I still support him. None of them say it's good. At best, they say it might have zero impact. At least they said that Trump's previous tariff plans had zero impact. The 25% and up tariffs, I don't believe any economists are saying that it could have zero impact on the economy. I think it is going to be universally bad, is the consensus. Regardless, Elon knows that. What was his name? Mark Dice? Not Mark Dice. No, O'Leary. The O'Leary guy from Shark Tank. The Kevin O'Leary guy, he knows that. And yet they're both right-wing demagogues who have to push what they know is false idea that immigration is bad for the American economy. The thing about that, though, is they don't act on that idea. Because if they did act on that idea when it comes to their businesses, they would not be on Shark Tank, or they would not be the world's richest man like Elon is. So Elon called for an increase in immigration from countries like India. For those that don't know, India has a massive influx of work visa-carrying immigrants that work in the world of tech. And so for someone like Elon, who has like 90% of his everything in tech, having a lot more legal work visa immigration from India would be very beneficial for him and others, his buddies in the tech sphere. He cannot deny in his actions and his business advocacy, and when it comes to what he's going to do with his business, he cannot advocate for a cut to immigration because that's going to hurt his income. It's going to hurt his wealth. But rhetorically, he'll say it's bad. And that's what I found is starting to become more and more clear, and it's starting to become less buried, is that all these billionaires that back Trump and say that immigration is bad for the economy all overtly advocate for immigration while running their businesses. They don't run their businesses like the things they say are bad. Because if they did, they would not be as successful as they are.
Come in, and Laura Loomer and her far-right MAGA coalition said no immigrants whatsoever, you're ruining the white purity of America, whatever their argument is. But now this has snowballed into something a lot bigger, where Elon Musk is actively throttling conservative accounts on Twitter, and they're all basically rebelling. Ooh. So let's just start here. Conservative OG posted last night, all of our influencers have now lost verification status, as well as our own page. Our brand did nothing. We spoke out against HB1 visas, and it appears that Elon Musk intentionally shut us down. Is this
HB1 visas are work visas, by the way. It's when people from another country come to the U.S. legally with a temporary pass that allows them to come here to work.
It's the new status quo from America's most free social media platform. We told you. How many times did we try to tell them that Elon Musk is not
HB1,
fighting
not
for their
H1B.
interests? Elon Musk is only fighting for his own.
Correct me if I'm wrong. HB1 is work, H1B is school, right? Because they're school and work visas, they're different. I think I got that right.
Corporate and personal interests, and that he will turn on you guys the second that it benefits him. He will start to throttle your voices the second that you dissent. It's not a free speech platform. The right is not the party of free speech. Trump is the one who wants to attack the media, sue the media, make sure they bend the knee. Elon Musk is the one who suppresses dissenting voices. And this is the thing. Conservative OG and some of these other accounts that got banned were likely saying a lot of racist stuff on their account, and that's why Elon banned them. That's the justification he used, but it's not a good justification because there's been so much racism.
It's not yeah, of course. It's not because they were being racist. It's because they're being racist towards a group and on an issue where being racist against that group and on that issue hurts Elon Musk's business prospects, and Elon doesn't want to use this massive platform he bought to promote certain ideas and make and get them to be the norm. Like, he bought Twitter to control the popular perception of what is true and what is false, right? A lot of dumb, influenceable people get their opinions and their news from Twitter. Elon bought the site, and now he controls what those people see and thus what they believe. Now, he does not want the biggest platforms on Twitter, the biggest people on Twitter, his platform, to be advocating for ideas that would, if successfully popular enough or successfully made popular enough and thus put into law, would hurt his businesses. He does not want that. That is bad. Shutting down H1 or HB1 work visas is not good for Elon Musk or his businesses. He does not want that idea to become popular, particularly not through the site that he controls. He bought Twitter to control what people get to believe, what news people get to see.
Hitler apologia, Nazi stuff on Twitter for the past year.
I don't think it was ever meant to solely benefit the right. It was always just meant to benefit Elon. The right, more often than not, serves the interests of the billionaire class. That is 99.9% of the time the truth. One case where it is not is the situation of immigration. The American people have been convinced that all immigrants are hurting the economy. It's become a really popular idea among Americans. I think it's even the majority ideas that immigrants are bad for the economy. But that's not good for the billionaires. They need that. H1 visa is work. H1B visa is seasonal work, like construction and farm work and ranch work. Ah, okay, thank you.
Elon Musk has not banned a single person. But now he is selectively throttling accounts that disagree with him on the basis of racism. We know that Elon Musk doesn't actually care about racism on Twitter. He's using that as an excuse to to throttle any dissent. We can even go over here to Laura Loomer. She posted this. We've temporarily limited some of your account features.
Damn.
What happened? We have determined that you have violated the X rules, and she was banned for 12 hours.
Man. Must feel bad to have a billionaire in control of what you're allowed to post and say on a social media site, huh? You're only allowed to have the opinions that benefit his end goals. And it turns out, unless you're also a billionaire tech bro, your end goals are not the same as his. They may seem like it for a little while, but once it comes to, there's always going to be a point where it's either their wealth or your support, and they will always choose their wealth over your support. Get used to that, conservatives. It's all a money game. The conservative media industry is all about the money. There is not a drop of genuine ideology in any of it. Frankly, it's the crazy loser Nazi types that might be the most genuine. People like Nick Fuentes, I think, are genuine Nazis. I think Nick Fuentes is more loser Nazi than Grifter. You know, like, you got to go pretty deep into the loser sphere to find the people that are honest about this shit and not just doing it for money.
They're not banned, but her account features were limited in a similar way to being shadow banned on the app. But the thing is, Laura Loomer has said so much vile stuff over the past year. Do you guys remember that tweet she posted where she said the White House is going to smell like curry because Kamala Harris is Indian? Just absolutely vile stuff. No ban, no limitations on her account features. But the moment that she pushes back against Elon Musk, her account gets temporarily limited. So she posted this. And of course, we're not siding with Laura Loomer here. She's just making decent points in her quest to bring Elon Musk down a peg. She said, Elon Musk has removed my blue checkmark on X because I dared to question his support for H-1B visas, the replacement of American tech workers by Indian immigrants, and I question his relationship with China. Looks like Elon Musk is going to be silencing me for supporting original Trump immigration policies. She then just rants about how she's a true America First patriot. And the funny thing is, I actually hopped on to a Twitter space that she was on last night to listen.
This is the grift eating itself, by the way. There will eventually be all these people right now are experiencing a fast rate of growth. Like, it is very easy right now to be like some chud grift channel, to start making videos about how insert new thing is woke, and to immediately easy get a silver play button off of that. In like a year, you can do that. Like, if you have the work ethic, you put out a video a day, low effort video, one a day, easily making that type of content, you can get 100,000 subs in a year. Like, it's almost guaranteed with how easy of a grift it is, but it's going to dry up. Every YouTube niche dries up, and only the most dedicated and best of the people in that niche are able to stay around. And it happened with bread too. Do you remember the time when like lefty channels were popping up hither and thither, getting thousands of subs every month? It was constant, like new lefty channel you never heard of, suddenly 10,000 subs overnight, and now there's somebody. Like, I arose in that time, but now like there's like 10 lefty channels you might be able to think of that are still around, active, making content, and haven't like crashed out, gone off the deep end, and you don't hear about them anymore. Like, that happened to the right once, and it will happen to them again. And this is what we're seeing. This is like part of that. The grift cannibalizing itself. It's when these people say things like, I'm the only real patriot. I'm the real one that you need to follow. I noticed that Sneeko has done this. What was his name? Not the Act Man. The guy that was attacking the Act Man. Andy Pants Gaming attacking the Act Man, saying, the Act Man isn't anti-woke anymore. He's a cucked liberal now. You gotta come watch me if you want real anti-woke analysis. That's when these people start to see the popularity and the enthusiasm drying up, and recognizing that there's not a desire for their stuff anymore on its own. They try to poach support off of other right-wing grifters by convincing their audiences that right-wing grifters are a problem, actually, and that they're the only one who's genuine. They're trying to poach each other, and that will lead to all of these people's downfall in the end.
Listen to what she was saying. Let me play this quick clip of Laura Loomer talking about being on Trump's plane and just whining.
I was invited by President Trump to travel as his personal guest to the debate. And then I was demonized they said, I'm the reason why President Trump said that migrants are eating people's pets, even though JD Vance said the same fucking thing. So it's so funny. I'm just fighting for the American people and fighting against mass migration and fighting against this abuse of the American tech worker. And I've just been completely shit on and demonized, you know? It's totally unfair. And I
Laura,
think it's a testament to how MAGA is going to be treated in this administration if
conservative call, woman is talking, has been talking for like 5 to 10 seconds. Not so long that she's rambling, but not short enough that someone could reasonably not have known she was talking. Immediately tries to interrupt her because none of these conservative men value the words of a woman. None of them can like listen when a woman is talking. Very small, like, I know I'm going to use a term that's kind of triggering for many like right-leaning people. That is like an actual microaggression that you can keep an eye out for. Conservative men, even when a woman they agree with is talking, cannot keep themselves from interrupting because they're incapable of listening to what a woman has to say. It is, listen for it. It's always true.
Big tech is allowed to just walk into Mar-a-Lago and do whatever they want to do.
Okay, so she kind of plays her hand right there when she says, is this how MAGA is going to be treated during the administration if big tech is able to walk in and do whatever they're going to do? And there's truth to that. There's absolutely truth that Elon Musk and David Sachs, these people donated to Trump with the intention of entrenching their own power and influencing his policy. But Laura Loomer's doing this for a self-serving reason. Laura Loomer's not doing this because she just woke up to how bad Elon Musk is and she loves America so much. She's doing this because she realizes her influence within the White House is waning, or the future White House is waning, because these tech bros are starting to gain more and more influence, and she doesn't agree with their immigration policy, so she is pushing back hard. But this is something I found really hilarious. Elon Musk essentially called all Americans idiots multiple times. So did Vivek Ramaswamy. They keep implying that Americans are too dumb to learn the skills needed to be successful. So let's just start here. Autism Capital, a random account on Twitter, said, so basically, the right split into two factions, tech right versus the right right. And the tech right is like, hey, we need H-1B visas to do the jobs. And the far right was like, no, you need to hire Americans. And the tech right is like, but you guys are retarded. And the right is like, well, you don't train us enough. And then the tech right is like, you can't out-train being retarded. And while all of this was going on, we learned some people really don't like Indians. Now, the reason I said all of that in full without censoring it is because I think...
Dude, racism against Indians online is actually vile. Listen, racism is always vile, don't get me wrong, but there's a certain level of, like, numb that you get from seeing someone go on a rant about, like just saying the N-word over and over again or something, right? Like, I don't think anyone could say something racist about black people I haven't heard before, you know? No one could say something that would shock me. It'd be like, oh, yeah, you're one of those. Okay, cool. Like, you just deal, like, you've heard everything that racists have to say about that. But, dude, when you see someone going on a racist tirade about Indians online, it actually shocks me. A, because it's a little bit more common nowadays online than it's been in previous years. But also, it's so vile. Like, it's violently, like, disgustingly, like, hateful. Like, you can, like, every bit of it is angry. It's like an angry, actively seething hate. Not this, like, disaffected, sarcastic, like, trying to trigger people racism you'll see from a lot of conservatives when they talk about, like, people who are, like, Latin and or like, black or whatever. But, like, just, it's like they're posting a rant. They're so angry. It's actually insane, dude. Who remembers the controversy? There's this meme. Oh my god. There's a meme that I low-key kind of agree with. Can I find it? Oh no. I can't find... I thought the meme would be... I thought that this would be a known meme. A friend just sent it to me once, and I remembered it. My memory is once again a curse. Should I describe it? You'll never find it. You'll never find it, so I'll just describe the meme. I'll never find it, and neither will you guys. So the meme was about the character from The Simpsons, Apu, and how there was a big controversy over how the depiction of him in the show is racist. And it's like, okay, sure. But the image is Apu as, like, the Hoover Dam. And then the river that's holding it back, or that's holding back, is, like, the racist things that the internet says about Indian people. I thought that meme was really real. I thought that was real as fuck. I thought that was, the Hoover Dam, holy shit. I thought that was real as fuck, because, oh my god, is racism towards Indians online so much more vitriolic than microaggressions. Like the conversation that needs, like, it's so much worse than, like, microaggressions and problematic, like, jokes or whatever. It's outright, like, angry, like, blood coming out of the eyes, it seems like, as they typed it, rants, dude. Oh my god.
I think it adds more effect when we realize that Elon Musk then responded saying, that pretty much sums it up. This was eye-opening. He just agreed with everything this person said, which caused a follower to say, oh, so now you are implying that Americans aren't just retarded, but we are also racist. I am your biggest fan for saving free speech in America, but you really need to think about how awful it is to call us.
It's actually true. Americans are racist retards. And they really hate it when you tell them the truth. Oh, Elon, no. No, you can't accidentally be a broken clock and say Americans are retarded and racist. Come on. Come on. That's too true. You're gonna push all the conservatives away.
The R word and racist. So again, sorry to anybody who does not like hearing the R word out loud. Of course, it's a vile word, but this just...
Zan, have you seen the bot comments on YouTube where the bots apologize for being Indian? It's fucking awful. I have not seen that, but sounds about right. That sounds about right for the time that we're in when it comes to the internet.
proves. Elon Musk literally called Americans dumb in this very post. And there are a few broader takeaways I want to run down really quickly. First of all, Elon Musk is exposing himself to the MAGA audience as the anti-free speech person that we've always known him as. So when Elon Musk bought Twitter and said he wants to make it an equal platform where both sides...
Once again, it is very funny that they all cheered as every progressive account got shadow banned or outright banned for saying things like cis. Meanwhile, the second they get like their check mark taken by Elon, they're screaming from the rooftops their free speech is taken away. They've never actually been pro free speech. Claiming that their free speech is being like trampled is just their way of claiming victim when anyone disagrees with them. Everyone loves free speech on a surface level. Obviously, everyone is also in favor of censorship, even if they don't know it. Or at least I'd say every normal person, the majority of people are, right? Like people like ISIS recruitment videos should be censored from running on mainstream news channels in America, I think. I think it's a fair example of censorship. I think child pornography should be heavily censored online and in the media. And it is. And most people, I think, agree with that and think it's a good thing. Everyone agrees with censorship in certain circumstances. No one is completely against censorship. It just sounds correct on a surface level if you don't think about it for too long. Censorship is bad. Free speech is always good, no matter how bad the speech is, because words can't hurt anyone. These are ideas that just sound on their face inarguably correct, because why would you ever disagree with the idea that words don't hurt anybody and that free speech and the ability to express yourself is good? No one in their right mind would disagree with that idea on a surface level, but what it actually means goes way deeper. It always has. What it actually is just these people are calling me out and attacking me for something I said. I am going to frame that as censorship. Don't you want to stop this? Because what if it happens to you? That's what they actually mean. And they've never held the same energy for when actual censorship or the equivalent of what they complain about happens to someone on the left. They'll celebrate it when it happens to someone on the left. And their excuse for their hypocrisy is, well, this is what you're in favor of. Okay.
Sides can thrive, and then he immediately started to throttle liberal journalists, left-wing journalists, people voting for Kamala Harris were actively throttled in the algorithm while right-wingers were boosted in the algorithm. We were complaining. We were like, what the hell, man? This is not free speech. This is not what you promised to do. And the right covered their eyes because it helped them. It helped them serve their interests and gain power in America. Elon Musk's wealth, his ownership of X, his ability to throttle dissent, helped them. But now that it's not helping them anymore, they're starting to realize, oh shit, Elon Musk is starting to strip away our verification status. Elon Musk is throttling our account features, making sure the algorithm pushes us down. And the thing is, there are a lot more examples of conservative accounts getting completely throttled over the past 24 hours. I just went over some of the bigger ones, but I could pull up 10 to 15 other accounts that are now complaining about being banned or demonetized or losing their check mark. And it is a perfect example of throttling dissent when it serves your interest. Another takeaway is that Elon Musk seems to be realizing that he's been feeding this monster that we call the MAGA movement. And not every MAGA supporter is as terminally online as Laura Loomer. Like, not every MAGA supporter is as vile as Laura Loomer. Do not think that. I'm sure you guys know MAGA supporters in your life who are just normal people. But
most of the MAGA people are those that have been convinced that the immigrants are ruining the economy. There's a big difference between believing that immigration just factually ruins the economy and hurts your ability to survive in your country and being racist. It is racists, and it is the prerogative of racists to convince the normies, the working class normies, that it is just a unfortunate truth that people coming to our country is hurting our country. And once they believe that to be the unfortunate truth that you just got to suck up and accept and do something about, it's not a matter of, are you racist? Are you not racist? It's a matter of, are you delusional? And do you accept what they think is a fact that immigration hurts America? They see these racist ideas not as racist or not racist, but as an unfortunate truth that if you're a realist who can take it how it is, who says it how it is, then you'll recognize this quote unquote truth.
But David Sachs, Elon Musk, these people are beginning to realize this online right-wing ecosystem they've been feeding is just vile. For example, someone named Nas on Twitter said, did any of y'all vote for this Indian to run America? And David Sachs, who's MAGA, responded, Saram has been a US citizen for a decade. He's not running America. He's advising on AI policy. He will have no influence over US immigration policy. These attacks have become crude and not in the holiday spirit. I'm signing off. Have a Merry Christmas. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the movement that you have been actively feeding for so long. Also, these weirdos are all fighting about race realism and Indian people on Christmas. Just enjoy the holidays. But just to take it back, David Sachs and Elon Musk all seem to be simultaneously realizing that this movement they've been feeding is now backfiring on them. I mean, they knew they were feeding this vague white supremacy.
I really think this goes to show that a non-white Republican will never, ever win the nomination for the Republican Party. Never, ever. Like, when there's this much division, just because the administration of the guy who won has non-white people on it, and they start saying, did any of us vote for this guy to run our country? When that's the response from a sizable portion of the supporters of the guy who did win that primary, it goes to show you how little possibility among Republican voters there is for them to, like, suck it up and vote for a non-white Republican, even if that non-white Republican stands for everything they do. Because there will always be one thing that they won't stand for, and that is an all-white America. Even if you are non-white and a white supremacist, you are still going to eventually be a problem to these people. And now that they've got the government, now they consider it the time to start turning to the brown people they've let in their movement and start rooting them out. They've considered themselves to have won. The right has been taking their victory lap. They think they've won. If you are a black or brown conservative pundit or in government and Trump's cabinet, prepare to be bullied out of your position. Because it is now the prerogative of MAGA, who have pretended like they aren't racist this whole time, to let the mask slip and reveal, okay, now it's time to, root out the brown people in our movement. They're cool to have around when we're trying to gain popular support, but now that we have power, let's keep it all white. That's what's going to happen.
Supremacist Twitter algorithm, but now it has come back to bite them in the worst way possible because Elon Musk is getting flamed by all of these far-right people, and the question here is, will Donald Trump even respond to this? I'm wondering where Trump will go with this. Is he just going to think this is an online debacle that he should ignore? Is he actually going to come and weigh in? Will he stay quiet and let his allies duke it out? I honestly think Trump is just going to stay quiet and write this off as some sort of Twitter spat.
To be fair, Trump has felt his ego bruised enough to respond to the whole President Elon thing, and, substantially respond to it, too. It's actually bothering him. So there's a good chance that Elon cracking down on people advocating for literally Trump's, immigration policy, it's probably going to make a bit of a rift. I can definitely see the rift starting to form, that's for sure. Really good video from Adam Mockler. I really liked it. Very, very good summary of the situation. I really do hope that we see in the coming, year, honestly, the fall of Elon Musk and Trump's alliance. That is one of the biggest things that needs to happen for us to dismantle this era of right-wing dominance. Like Twitter, Elon's right-wing Twitter needs to fall. Whether it be because Elon has forced to sell the platform because it becomes too much of a black hole of money for him, or he becomes so estranged from the MAGA movement that he's just the crazy cringe guy who owns Twitter, and he goes down some deranged populist politically homeless journey. I don't even know what's going to go down, but I hope it is very bad for Trump and the Republicans and Elon. I genuinely don't think they'll be able to work together. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this segment, please consider leaving a like and a comment. It is the best way to support my content, and it's totally free. So thank you to everybody who leaves a thumbs up and a comment, as always. Subscribe and ring the bell icon if you haven't already, so that YouTube actually tells you when I go live or upload new video, because if you don't, they won't. Follow my social medias, linked down below in the description as well, including my Blue Sky and my fan Discord. In fact, weekly, every Friday, I host gaming events, call-in streams, or watch parties in there. And right after stream today, because it is Friday, I'm going to be hosting a watch party of the next 3 episodes of Arcane, the Season 1 finale, the last 3 episodes of it. So, yeah, we're going to be having a good time. I hope to see you guys there. I hope you join us. It's going to be a good one. And of course, finally, if you want to support me directly, help me keep the lights on and a roof above my head here at the Xander Hall studio, then please consider donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or support me through YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, StreamElements, Patreon, or perhaps even buying some merch through the Streamlabs link down below. Regardless of how you support me, though, thank you so much for watching, as always, and have a good one.